So Christmas is right around the corner, a time for family, gift giving, general togetherness, and celebrating the season. You know what else Christmas brings though? It marks the nearing of one of TF2's best forms of content, Smissmas War Paints. Well, actually, I don't know if War Paints will be released this Smissmas, since we did get some new ones during Scream Fortress, which was a very nice surprise, but I don't know if we're gonna be as lucky to receive some more this Smissmas. But regardless, in the spirit of the holiday, I made some Smissmas themed war paints of my own. There's not as many that I'm showing off today compared to my other two previous war paint showcases, but I think these war paints are still cool and more than enough interesting to show off. If you're interested in seeing these in more detail in the community workshop, or feel like giving them a vote over there, or even if you want to see them added in-game, I'll have them all linked in the description of this video. Alright, let's get into it. Starting off today's showcase, we've got Campfire CED. This is a simple colored war paint featuring a campfire inspired wood primary pattern, a stone themed secondary texture, and a dark metal plating tertiary pattern. It's also got a custom charcoal wear, showcasing a darker burn texture with embers as the weapon wears down. This war paint was made with both a Scream Fortress and Smissmas theme of sitting around the campfire, whether to hear a scary tale or to embrace the Smissmas cheer. I'm honestly happy with how this war paint turned out, since the more muted colors of this one help it mesh quite well with the natural environment of the game. Plus, I'm really proud of that coal and ember wear, with the war paint's albedo base helping those embers really pop in darker areas of the map. But let me know what you think of Campfire CED down below. Okay, next up is Arctic Affair. This is by far the most Smissmas and winter inspired war paint of the bunch, boasting an Arctic themed camo primary pattern, a secondary slightly, and I mean ever so slightly, purple tinted metal texture, and a tertiary scuffed metal pattern. This war paint also has a custom wear showing the same texture as the tertiary pattern. There's also a compass themed sticker included as well, reminiscent of something an adventurer might take along during a frigid expedition. As I said a second ago, this is definitely the most winter themed war paint I'm showcasing today, but it also might just be one of my favorite war paints that I've ever created. I think the desaturated lighter camo pattern looks quite interesting and looks quite good alongside some of the snowier maps that TF2 offers. Plus, with the addition of Gobi Glaze to the Scream Fortress, I think the game could use some more camo inspired war paints, and personally, I think Arctic Affair could fill in that niche for a winter camo skin. Overall though, I like how this one turned out quite well. Lastly, I present the Countrymann War Paint, featuring a dark metal primary texture, a slightly lighter metal secondary texture, a laminated wood tertiary texture, and gold accenting throughout. This war paint also has an albedo tint to it, helping to make those gold accents really stand out. There's also a gold TF logo sticker on this war paint as well, adding a simple accenting piece to tie the whole war paint together. Of the three war paints showcased today, this is definitely my favorite one. Realistically, this war paint isn't directly holiday themed since it would look quite nice year round, but I don't know, something about the darker colors and shimmering gold sprinkled throughout makes me immediately think of the holidays. Or maybe I'm weird, I don't know. I honestly think the overall design is super clean, and not to pat myself on the back, but I'd probably use this on every weapon I possibly could. If you want a more refined way of adding flair to your loadout and to show the enemy team you've got good taste in war paints, this might just be the war paint for you. And there we have it, those were some of the Smissmas themed war paints I've created, but I'd also like to hear what you think of them in the comments below. We honestly were super lucky to get some solid war paints during this year's Scream Fortress update, so I'd love to keep the content train going and get some new war paints, maybe including some of these, in this year's Smissmas update. So if you're like me and do want to see some new war paints added to the game in just a couple of weeks, then get to the community workshop and start voting away. Anyway, thanks again for taking a look at some of my war paints, and I'll see you guys in the next video.